Lord, take our eyes and see through them. Take our ears and hear through them. Take our lips and speak through them. Take our hearts and fill them with your fire. The journey to the cross would be God's ultimate triumph over sin and death, as the prophet Isaiah anticipated the suffering of Jesus in today's reading. Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday are considered by Christians to be the three most sacred days of the Christian year. We call these 3 days the Triduum Sacrum. They began yesterday, Maundy Thursday, when Jesus gave the command, the mandatum, that we should love one another. By his own actions, he revealed that the love he intends is not the love of desire, but a demanding love, and even at times a demeaning love, as in washing the feet of friends who may run away from us, as the disciples ran away from Jesus, leaving him exposed to his enemies. Then there is this day that we oddly call Good Friday. Some say that Good Friday comes from God's Friday, just as goodbye originally was God be by you. But what can possibly be good about a day that says goodbye to the glory of God? This day is called good because it honestly expresses the heart of God in relationship to humanity. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, Jesus, the Son of God, enfleshed the will of God to love men and women, children, and the whole world itself to death, to love us to death, if that is what it took to bring us back into relationship with God. The willingness to go all the way, one-sided, unconditional, unsolicited, defines the very nature of God's covenant with God's creation. And then tomorrow, Holy Saturday, the second day when creation was alone with no God. God incarnate in Jesus was dead. At sunset on Holy Saturday, the return of God begins with the great Easter Vigil, a service bringing new life back into our lives. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not rush to get to the great vigil or Easter Sunday. There is time enough for that. During these next few days, we are called to focus. Focus on everything that is and ever was and ever will be, mysteriously woven together with what happened and with what happens in these 3 days. These days when the life of everything died. Go for a while to that place where we've all been before, where we have all felt the absence of God. Go to that place now and allow yourself to feel once again the absence of God. Allow yourself to be in this present moment and to stay here for these next few hours in a space with Jesus as he hung on a cross. When my dad died a number of years ago, I had the honor and privilege of being at his side. Following my recognition that he was gone from this life, I had a brief moment where I looked into his vacant eyes and could find no God. I could not believe that my God would take my father from me. God had abandoned me, or so I thought. It was only a brief moment, but in that very moment, feeling abandoned by God, I was terrified. And almost immediately, I realized that God had not abandoned me at all, quite the opposite. But at that moment, that is where I am able to go to recapture that space where I feel the darkness. It is darkness, to be sure, but as Richard Newhouse suggests, we will not know what to do with Easter's light if we shun the friendship of this darkness that is wisdom's way to light. Amen.